CineGuyana Incorporated was officially launched at Caribbean Cinema's Giftland Mall on Thursday. Sasha Ramsaran reports.
CineGuyana Inc. was officially launched on Thursday, July 30th at the Caribbean Cinema's Giftland Mall, Turkine. The first address was delivered by Honorable Minister within the Ministry of Education, Nicolette O. Henry, who extended congratulations on behalf of the Ministry of Education to the executive members of CineGuyana Inc.
Well, thank you, and first of all, good morning. I'm happy to be here this morning, and I would like to briefly speak to this gathering. As Richard had mentioned a few minutes ago, this is certainly a very historic moment in the history of Guyana, as this initiative is setting the tone and the foundation for the filmmaking industry in Guyana. Last evening, I remember having a conversation with the Mexican ambassador, and as you were talking about the development of the creative industries in Guyana, I couldn't help but think this is a very good example of how we can develop that industry. And I therefore do not want to take a lot of your time, but I do want to extend to the members of this organization congratulations, and I certainly wish you all the best. I would like to say that on behalf of the government, and in particular the Ministry of Education, Department of Culture, Youth and Sport, we would certainly like to take the opportunity to partner as far as possible in the promotion of the industry here and in the promotion of your work and your activities here. Once again, congratulations and thank you for inviting me.
Founder and director of CineGuyana Inc., Dr. Paloma Mohammed, gave her remarks on the launching, which, according to Dr. Paloma, marks the rebuilding of an organized narrative filmmaking industry in the country.
It marks what we hope is the rebirth of an organized narrative filmmaking industry in the country since the days of Vivian Lee, Malcolm Pandey, which ended sometime in the 1970s, early 1980s. But I must put this statement in proper context and pay homage to my friend Aubrey James, who in 1990 convinced me to make the first full-length narrative film on video called Jezebel. In those days, we were working with two recorders that had different timing, and those of you who are in the technical sphere of filmmaking understand what that meant. And then after that, Bunny Alves and Charmin Blackman, Freddie Sancharia, Pradeep Saptani, Mike James out in Linden, Niaz Suban, my friend Mahadio Shivraj were among a few others in Guyana who worked against great odds, making personal sacrifices to keep the important tradition that we had as a Caribbean leader in filmmaking alive and not from finally croaking. For what is it that we all saw and knew instinctively and felt about filmmaking? And why is it that we persevered despite the fact that no institutionalized program for film was in place, no state funding was available? What is it that we saw and what we knew? In this particular moment, I want to suggest that film has the power to transcend and to transform, to teach, to tell, to inform, to set national agendas, to illuminate, to model, to record, and so on. And in this particular moment that we are in now in Guyana, I want to posit a question which every member of CineGuyana and anyone who has an interest in culture, information, expression, cohesion, social transformation, and I assume that's the whole nation, we really have to be clear about what film can do for Guyana now.
She also offered acknowledgements to a number of persons who contributed to the success of the project.
So I cannot today close without paying homage to the diligence of Dennis Ward and Bert Simon, the creative genius of Brian Zam, institutional support to the Office of the President of Guyana, Ohio University, the USAID Guyana, and the Department of Higher Education in Washington, to Tani Husti for legal support, always willing to give advice and an ear. And to my old friend, Dr. Bruce Paddington, who not only trained me 25 years ago, but who also came back to Guyana at my call and worked with us to set up CineGuyana. There are so many, many, many more people. People who have sent written words to the organization this morning and encouragement. There are people like Simone Dowding sitting in the audience who cooked for free while we were training and supplied food every day for 3 months. There are people who lost their cars, their houses, not knowing what we would do with them and in what condition they would be returned. We remember you all, and if you've ever watched the film, I'm sure you have, you see a long list of credits at the end, so I cannot call everybody, but your credits are listed on our films, and you are remembered and honored for posterity. Today's event is the validation that vision, teamwork, passion, commitment, and hard work can transcend any barrier set before us, and that film can galvanize people to see things differently and to work together. May the organization grow in strength, and may it continue to make Guyana proud. My sincerest best wishes to President Philip Williams and the new executive. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Go forth and make your way. And know that my love and best wishes will always be with you all. I thank you.
The opening of CineGuyana Inc. will broaden the horizon and scope for the filmmaking industry in Guyana in the years to come. Sasha Ramsaran reporting for Channel 8 News.